And I think that this way you are going to see really well, you know, what I have on my desk. Okay, like that. All right. And then we have also some extra light coming from here, so just in case not clear, but I think pretty like that is pretty nice. Okay, all right, so we are already 17. I'm so happy. 21. Cool. Matteo, this is your one, your sketch, the first one. So you worked with the pen, which is nice. Okay, so I'm gonna use the same big pen to make your corrections. But one thing I want to do before we do that, just let me do something, because that window myself, it's a little bit too big. Okay, so let me make it a little bit smaller so it's much better. Okay, like that is much better. Okay, all right, so there you go. This way it's gonna be better. Okay, so let's start. All right, so Matteo, you made a sketch that is very nice. I have to say, you know, to everybody, check what he's doing. Hey, Fantasy Garage, ciao. I Fantasy Garage. I don't know, but I have lots of drawings here. Maybe someone of yours is there. I have no idea. I hope so. But anyway, don't worry. Stick around. You're gonna enjoy. Okay, so Matteo, the sketch is nice. The perspective is not that bad. We have few proportion problems. Okay, and I will show you which one they are. And then we have a little problem in cross etching technique to make the shading on your sketch. So that's what we will do together. The first thing is your wheels look a little bit too wide, to be honest. Okay. Also this one pretty much okay, but this one looks a little bit like a potato. So first of all, I would say that this one, it's the right thickness. You see, this one, according to proportions. Okay, according to the proportion. So then the second thing is, this is your center. Okay, and this is your side, and this looks like it's in shadow, but look here, it's coming down straight. So in my opinion, from here to here and from here to here, you have the same, you see, the same sides. So for me, we have to apply a little change so that it becomes more dynamic. So let's do this. Let's bring, you know, your side down until this point here. You see? Now let's take this line and let's bring it down like that. So if this is your section is going to be until here. You see? And then it's coming a little bit down. All right? Now that I've done that, what do? I make the shadow of the base of the car. Praticamente, Matteo, la base dell'auto, cioè tutta la parte bassa dell'auto in prospettiva, non si vede qua. Adesso la metto io, vedi? Is this one. This is the base of your car. So, if this is my shadow on my wheel, okay? All right? So look what happens. I make it black. Oh, everything is really in shadow, but very much in shadow. Okay? Then I have this line here, this one, going over there. So this is line is not this one. This is bad. Okay? When you put your ground line shadow, make sure that all the wheels are staying, you know, on the same ground. Okay? So this is the line coming from here. Okay, so then I take this one and I make it also. Then I take this part here and now I make it a little bit darker. Okay, so I take back your line here, which is nice, nothing to do, huh? I just make it a little bit darker, like shading a little bit, okay? And now you see that the proportion is different, it's much better. You see? Now you have a good proportion between this part, and the one that is bending underneath. Now, let's make the door cut, okay? First of all, this door cut should not be here, should be more over here. Okay? Proportions. This is two doors, okay? It's a two door, therefore that's how it is. So this one, it's gonna be here. That's the first one, not this one. It's this one. Then this is the second one. Okay? All right? All right, so this is your door. Now, one thing you can do, just to make it look a little bit better, come down a little bit here. You see? Now it's better. Ciao Andrea, Mr. Andrew. So now you can see that now we have a car that has a tendency, you know, to go forward, okay, which is better. Now there is one thing that we have to fix here, because this is a little bit too bubble, like a bubble, you know, too much. So you see that line, it's enough to, it is enough just to flat that line a little bit, that looks better. Now let's check the proportion problem, okay? This line here, it is too close to this point. Look, they are fighting. They are really fighting one against each other. So we don't want to do that. So how do we fix this? First of all, this one is too round. So I would do it more like that. Okay, that's the first thing I would do. You see? So you already gain a little bit of distance there. Hello Malay, how are you? Ciao Corbole, good evening. Hey, Cyanation, ciao, I have your sketch, don't worry. Finally, I got it. So let's make a little bit of this cross etching. Now look how I do the cross etching, Mateo. Because I want to go from dark to light. So first one, I go inclinated this way. I don't use the same inclination of this line because that will make everything a little bit confusing. So the best way is always to make some inclinated cross etching that is contrasting this main inclinated line. So what you have done here, I will show you how you should do it. Then we go here and then we can cross edge. You see, I'm crossing very close and then going kind of light. You see, it looks kind of nice. Okay, let's bring it up again. Okay, so now let's fix this line here, okay? First of all, I would really put it here. It makes the car wider, look wider because of the proportion. So imagine that we don't have that. And then there's one thing you have to fix. It's going too much over here. You know? Just come down a little bit more in vertical, like that. You see? You see, it's better with what you have on the left. You see? Okay, so now let's draw the section, because your section a little bit too much round, you know? Make a little bit more intention. It's better, believe me. You see? That's the new section. And now that we have the section, let me make your shading here better. So what do? I start crossing this line. I don't make lines that are parallel, you know, like that. I do the opposite. Look. Of course, I try to be very, very careful, okay, that my lines look really nice. And this is just the first coat, okay? Is the first step. Okay, now that we did that, I am going to cross edge, okay? To make this part darker. But look, I'm always crossing that line. I'm never parallel. I am not gonna be parallel to this one. I'm gonna cross this way now. You see? All right, so in this case, now we have this point, okay? Then we have the shadow. let's take that shadow here too. Okay, here it's okay. All right, now this wheel, it's a little bit borderline. We could imagine to do it like that. Look. So let's make the shadow what is really dark, and I'll do it with the pen, okay? Because I want to make sure that you can see how with the pen we can have a really nice results. Okay, I put the shadow of the car on the ground. Okay, now I cross edge, of course, to make the really dark part. When you cross edge, you always make everything much darker. All right, so wait, that there is the light that is not doing a good job. Yeah, maybe like that is better to see, because the reflection of the light on the ink. Okay, so now if I take that line here, what you have here and here, okay, you can just be a little bit more, how can I say, more decided. Don't be shy in your lines, you know? You see? Okay, auto sketch. Sir, can you adjust the paper position, please? The ball pen is reflecting the light. Is not very clear to see. Okay, how is it now? Tell me. Whoops. Could you post the paper in the photo format later on Insta? I want to see more in details. Yes, yes, I will take a picture. Yeah. Yeah. What about the light now? Tell me if the light is better. Okay, good. Let's do this way. Okay, so now we have this reflection here, Mateo, but you forgot to put it on the side body, which is here. And in this case, with the pen, you do just light, that's all. You see? Then the last thing that is missing here, it's the reflection on the rear light, on the rear window, which is a little bit more like that. There you go. just cross-hatching a little bit to make just a little bit darker so that we can see better, we can read better the sections. Okay, so okay, Mateo, this is for you today, okay? All right, so now next, let's see, the next one, it's Cyanation. Now, Cyanation, next time, please tell me in which country, in which town you work where there is such a fog, that with such a fog you have a hard time, you know, to find, even to find your tools to draw, okay? So, I will use this time pencil, okay? All right, so Cyanation. Let's do this. First of all, when you sketch, put a ground line, okay, that is really visible, so that we know. Okay. Okay, Mateo, that's very good. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. So then, as you can see, when I put a ground line, your car is already touching the ground. So once again, you are one of those designers that want to sweep the floor. But we don't want to sweep the floor. Hey, if you didn't put the like on this video, please do it now. Now, I want to see lots of likes. Okay, so YouTube knows that we are doing a very good job. It's gonna push this video everywhere. I mean, I hope. Thank you. Okay, so first of all, this is where you put, where you put your wheels. And the wheels must be the same size and they have to be circular. So, let's do it. 1, 2. You see? Look the difference. When I put a circle, a real circle, you see that there is a lot of proportion change. Okay? No, I didn't put it too high. Look, it's exactly how it's supposed to be. Now I put the line, okay, from which the rocker panel will start, okay, which is here. Problem is the proportions, believe me. Now if I put the wheels on the other side that are there, and I add the shadow of this sports car, look. And I put the shadow you see? You see now the difference already. Okay, wait just a second. I need to drink some water. I will be back in 1 second and 2 seconds, 3 seconds. Okay? let's take your design, okay? And I am putting your design on top of this wheelbase with this shadow. The way I'm constructing your design. First of all, you see that this is too low. It's at the same level of the wheels. So I think it's gonna be more over there. Then this is gonna be more over here. Probably this is gonna be more over there. This is and then we had to put our you see, now I get probably better proportions. Now, I don't know if you want to put the lights like that. I just put it just to get the proportions, okay? You see, this is the shadow of the area. Now we have a sports car. Okay? Okay. So I hope that this makes you you can check this one and see the differences between what you did, how you did. Most important things, the way I fix it, okay? Because that's what is important of what we're doing here. Remember, you can check again this video anytime you want, okay? It's for free, and so you can check how I did it. All right. Then you can put I don't know, you can put a nice logo here, okay? You see, make a cool background, simple. Okie dokie. Okay, thank you, Cyanation. Thanks for sending your sketches. Now I've received this one, which is, to be honest, it's a little bit complicated, okay? So, but anyway, I'm gonna do it anyway, but this is really messy. So the best way to do something on this one, so that it can be, how can I say, constructive for the person. Okay. It's this one. I take this one and I just try to recoup it, okay? That's the only way. Eshan, this is yours. So Eshan, this is yours. The Bentley. Yeah, it's too much. So please don't use the pen. Okay? First thing, don't use the pen. Use the pencil. Because with the pencil a little bit easier. You can control better. All right. So I put the not 20. The way you did it, you know, the way you did it. If you see this size, you know, it's like I don't know, 25, 30 inches. Okay. So let's try to bring proportions. Okay. First of all, whether you put big or small wheels, the rules of rocker panel is always the same, you know, because we always have to make sure that the distance between the ground line and the rocker panel, it's gonna be the right one to make sure that you can drive. Okay. All right. Okay, so let's do that. And then again, as I showed before to Cyanations, you know, let me put the other wheels here too. Let's put the cast shadow. Yes, let's cast this shadow. And then I see that you have a front overhang that is there. Let me show, let me see. Yeah, you have a front overhang here, okay? And then you have another one that is here. And you are doing something that is more like this, that is coming down, right? Yeah, the ground clearance, yes. So now that we have this, let me go and check again how you did the top. Okay, so your top is here. You see, now I'm working. Look how I'm moving my hands and my arm. Okay, that's the way you should do it. I'm still working the proportions, huh? Let me see again in the back. Okay, you did around. I don't like that it's too much around. So I'm gonna do this. Then we can do something like that. Why not? You know? Imagine that this is all chrome. Why not? Let's make all this in chrome, like a frame. Okay, then we have to put another important element is this one, the C pillar, because the thickness of that pillar will say whether this car is a standing car, you know, a high version, ultra expensive. Ciao Damian! Yeah, look a little bit like a Rolls Royce, yes. So I'm gonna make it thick, you know. I really want to show that we are serious, you know, we have material here. All right, so now we have our pillar. Now let's see your side. Okay, it's pretty regular. All right. Okay, so I'm gonna put a line here because all this part here, it's gonna be folding down. You see, it's gonna be much better, in my opinion. So I'm gonna show it to you. Look. And then we do it here too. And here too. Now, the bottom part, we have to make it darker because it's in shadow. Let's not forget. So also the cast shadow on the ground, same thing. We have to, you know, we have to make it dark. It's also a graphic way to really hold our car in a way that it's really very believable, very nice. You see? Look. And now here too we put that line. Okay, so this is the main thing. Now let's put the cut lines, okay? So the first door, it's here. And the second one, it's going to be so a little bit of shading onto the glass. We make the B pillar a little bit thick because this is a big car. We spend the money here. So there is big pillar. Okay, so let's imagine that this is chrome. You see? I put some chrome on your car. Hey Phil. Oh, thanks. Thank you. Say hello to Martin from me, huh? With great pleasure. Of course. So now that's exactly what we did for, for the rear. Now in the front, if you want, we can make a little bit of status, I mean, it's up to you, but you can always imagine something there. I don't know. It's not a Rolls Royce. It's something else. Hello. Oh, thank you. Thank you. All right. So now what's left? Now all those details, you see, we don't put all those details. No, forget it. Forget it. Those are really old bumpers. Don't do that. Don't. No, let's make some wheels, okay? Let's make some wheels. So first of all, here a little bit of wheel well. We have to. All right, and the same thing in the back, but in the back, yeah, in the back will be a little bit less evident, okay? So to make sure that we feel like we have the big wheels, which is nice, but it is proportion, Let's, show a little bit of the ring, the outside ring of the aluminum, the alloy wheel, just a little, like I'm doing here, you see? And there you have a feeling of the wheel and the rubber part. You see? Okay, now we can say now we can say that we have a very good balanced volume. Okay. Okay. First of all, let me integrate few things that makes of this car something that is really luxury. Okay, so we can say that we have those modern, very modern. Okay, a little bit of graphics. And then here you can decide whatever you want to do. Okay, now I will do something very simple. All right. Okay. Okay, so you see, I show you a little bit both of them. As you can see, the proportions are not that different. It's just that this one had this wheel very big, this one smaller. Then this is too small. It's really almost touching the ground. Too many details, proportion problems. This one looks almost like it's going up. So you see the lines, the controlling the lines, it's crucial, and the proportion also. So I hope that this was useful for you. Okay, next one. All right, so I got this afternoon, and I have to say that those sketches that I see from you are not bad. Okay, there is only few proportion problems, and then there is a problem in the shading. Okay, but that's okay, no big deal. First of all, personally, I don't like when there is no definition of the lines. There is no definition of the lines. You know, if I put the line here, the correct lines, this should be like this. According to this section here. Then this one should be more like that, because the perspective is going there. You see? Okay, so yeah, it's your time now. All right, so what I want to say is be sure that what you're doing here, because it's very big. In reality, your car, if this is the center and this one also, you see, all this is huge, is too much. It should be here. So if it's there, Okay, so this means that inside view okay, let me take a black marker that it's gonna be easier and faster. Let me do this way so that I don't okay. All right, so then another thing that it's that you have to be careful at is this cannot be there, should be here. So this is dark. Then another thing about your wheels. You see, you have in both illustrations here, it's like your wheel, it's in metal, it's touching the ground with, there is no rubber at all, and that's important for the proportions. You see now your wheel, it's better, it's much better. Then let's not forget here, side reflection. You see here, I made a little bit of as if you have some fins, you know. No, the only white reflection like this is it's bad. To be honest, that's how I feel. But it's not natural. This is your reflection. You see? Now you have a glass there. Now you do. Then another thing that is not working here. This cannot do that. If this is the point, you see, this one is nice, then bring it over here. This is the point. And then here I have a hard time in understanding your section. You know, if I look at your section the way it is now, it's like coming in, coming out, coming in, coming out. There is a radius, then probably it's like that, then coming out and coming in. Is that your section? Well, that's very important. That's very important to understand. Is that this is the section of your car? Because you're putting a lot of hot dogs one on top of each others. Are you sure? Okay. So, all right. So, I'll tell you, I'm doing white for your ground reflection. I don't understand. I'm doing white for your ground reflection. Wait a moment. Wait a moment. This is light. You see? Okay, so let me take a red. Okay. You see? That's your reflection there. And here too. Then that's your reflection here. Then I will change the section here because your section it's not right. So I will do this way. Now look what I do. The white ground reflection reflecting on the body, yes, but first let's do the body and after we will see what's gonna be reflecting. You know, first we do the car and after we decide what nice effect we want to create, okay? That's how at least the way I do it. You see? First of all, what you see here is from the light. It's from the light. It's not from the ground. From the ground, it's another one. It's this one. Look. This is from the ground. Okay, so look, my sketch is better than the Photoshop. You have to work with hands, no Photoshop. You do Photoshop after. When you learn how to do this. Unless you get confused, believe me, listen to me. Okay, so now I need to make that red a little bit darker here. So I will use a dark, medium gray, okay? Like that. Okay, so now I have to take a red or a lighter gray just to make the transition here. All right, and also to make it a little bit darker here. Okay, so now can you see how punchy and how better your sketch is becoming? So now let's put the cut line. You see, this is your cut line. Okay, then there is another thing that we can still do to make it better. Oops. Okay, so we have to decide. I mean, what do we do here? You know. You know, an indication of the lights that goes well with the graphics. You know, something like that. I don't know. You will decide what you want to do. Okay? petition to change Luciano's guide to human Photoshop. That's nice. Thanks. I'm the human Photoshop. You can write it down in your comments. I put also. You can make also the hashtag. The hashtag. You know, human. Human Photoshop. That's nice. That's cool. All right, so you see, now let's make it the last part here, because this is reflection. It's reflecting. You see? And also here. Then we have a little bit of the line here, a little bit here, and a little bit here. And here it's a little bit stronger. Here it's a little bit stronger because it's the highlight. And here it's a little bit stronger. Then we can put it here a little bit stronger, but this time a little bit more. You see? Okay, I hope that this was useful for you, okay? Okay, basically this is a little bit what you try to do. Okay. So it's very important that this point here, you see, this one and this one, they go together. You see one line here, one line there. Then we have this coming up. So I do the same thing on the other side. Then you see everything, it's really the sections. What type of sections you decide to put. You see here, all the sections I'm putting here in this area really make the difference in terms of feeling, perception, you know? Okay? But you know, Anish, don't. In my opinion, it's a mistake when you look at the Ferrari, you look at Pagani or whatever, and you just try to put a little patchwork of this, a little patchwork of that. No, you have to do as I did. You start with your wheels, you make your perspective, okay? Okay, so that your lines are correct. and then within that you start putting a very nice, you know, center section, and use your creativity. Don't wait for Pagani to give you the solution on who knows what, you know. That's how I would do that way, because unless you do things that we already see, and the original, we really don't see anything. Okay. Is my sketch print actual size? Yes, yes, it is. Your sketch is done. Let's see. Okay, so I don't know who did this and this. Shaker. Who is this guy? Vedant. Vedant, is this yours? Hey, thanks, Mateo. I know it's not easy, but it's practice. Mr. Vedant, let me know if this is the one that we have to take care of now. Okay, so hey guys, first I do Vedant, okay, because this is a story from last week. Okay, so first of all I have to tell you that I like it. I know that you used charcoal, and the way you did the shading, it's quite nice, okay, so not bad. Now if you have the shading like that, okay, the shadow is good. Maybe this point is high, maybe the shadow here should be more like that, you see, a little bit shaded, you know. You see? Yeah, I think that there is like on OBS it's like 10 seconds difference. Okay, so I like what you did. So I don't even know what should I correct. The only thing that probably is that it's a little bit too perfect, you know. It's a little bit too perfectly parallel, you know, everything. But in my opinion, there is no big mistake. So for me, this one is quite nice. Don't put those details here. Don't put those. You know? And then another thing that you can do is just don't put those the detailing of your A pillar. It's useless, believe me. This one, maybe you want to do everything black here, but this is really your taste, you see. You decide whether it's whether all black or with the white, chrome, whatever you did, okay. So then another thing that you have to think about, it's this. You see, all the lines you put are straight, but they are making problems here. You see, when you see straight lines like that, you did this and this, and then you do this and this, they are straight. In reality, what your eyes will read, it will be like this. You see? So that's why I always put a little bit of flesh, you know? Look. You see? Now it's much better. It's a question of quality. Okay, it's just a question of quality. Yeah, Shaker, after we'll do yours. Don't worry. I promise. So let's do also on the other side. You see, now it looks like it's round. It's just to break that straight line, you know, that is never gonna be straight. Okay, ciao Anish. Have a good dinner. Bye bye. Okay. Human Photoshop Luciano Bove says hello to you, a good night. Okay, so when we do this type of things, you know, also here, wait a moment. Also here, you see the difference. Now it's very nice here, okay? Oops. And look, immediately you see that this line and this line are wrong. Just as I made that little bit of correction, you go and see, oh shit, look at that line. So, let's fix it. You see, now that we are doing that job, all those straight lines look really strange. So let's give a little bit of flesh to this one too. Just a little. You see? Look how nicer it's all this detail. Now you have something that looks automotive. And that's the objective, you know, that's the object of everybody. You have to make those lines that when you look them together, you say, oh wow, look how that surface, you talk about surface, not about lines. So here too, same thing. And then here, you see? And then here. Look how nice. You see, now that it gets that sort of roundness that is very tense. And when you compare the left to the right, you will realize that this one is very surface, you know, very surfacey. And that the other one, it's not. It's very plastic, the other one. Okay, so let me keep on, I just want to keep on fixing, you know. So now the graphics, the same thing. Look, the graphics. You see, now that I'm touching all those sections and making and giving them that feeling, now we got something that is starting really to work very nice. Look. Now this one, you see this one how it's doing. It's doing like that. And you cannot do that. I'm sure that you did not want to do that. So let's fix it. And now look, I'm doing also the lower part. Okay, maybe I just change a little bit your design, just a little, sorry. I hope you don't mind. You see the difference? This one is more, it's more modern. It's much better. You see? And this one is very mechanical. It's like you took a ruler and you did everything with the ruler. So now that I do this, look, let's do this. Let's create this surface, you see? But look how I did it. That's very important. You check how I did it. Because that way, it's very nice. It's in development. You see, it's very wide. It's wide and then it's narrow. And here, look, everything is the same. You see? So this is exactly design in evolution. Now that I have this, I have all that stuff, I have to fix this one too. That line. You see? You see? Also the proportion of this light, now it's better. Okay, so now let's talk about the lower part here. So the lower part, you know, and then again we gotta be careful with those lines. And this one, you see, I made this so that it looks a little bit wider. Well, it looks like when I am at work and I correct some designer's sketches in terms of proportions for what we have to do in production. It looks a little bit like that. Okay. Okay, so this is what I wanted to show you, okay? Okay, Vedant, I did it. Yeah, but now, you know, but what is important for me is that you understand that you have to go probably a little bit more in freehand, you know? Because if you, look, changing, for example, this top, see? And then let's make the real reflection, okay? The real one, which is like this. Then we can go a little bit with white, just to erase and bring a little bit of light. Okay, so now you have the right, you know. Now this is correct. This is fine. Okay, good. Look what I do. So we have this front grille, which looks really nice. Okay? You have the front lights. Nice. This is the center line. Okay, let's put a little bit of shadow. Now, let's careful of what I'm doing now on the ground. This is the line of the ground. Shadow, the cast shadow. You see? That's a problem. We had a problem before. Then the other wheel, it's down here. And this one, okay, it's here. Now, do you see now that we can feel the car really sitting on the ground now? Shows that before we could not see. And there is a part that is missing. Because the center is here. And if the center is here, this is there, this is here, you see? I'm using a Faber-Castell polychromos. Okay guys, so now you can see that this sketch was not bad at all, but was still missing something to make sure that it looked really correct. All right? So little proportion, the proportions. It's very important always to have really, you know, to have really the center line that helps us to understand a lot of things. Look, I'm giving thickness to that grill. To send to you the video. I hope that it works. Okay. Thank you. Bye bye. Ciao. See you next time. Ciao, Phil. Ciao. Bye bye.